Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. And just when you thought I was all done on Megumi, I have one more that I needed to get done that should have been done with the group for the birthday. But because everything was so complicated and I had to rewrite so many things and come up with a lot of my own stuff, which really turned little projects into giant projects because there's a lot of math and I'm still struggling to understand patterns and how they're created. I sound like I'm making 1,000 excuses, but it's the truth. Anyways, let's go. Alright, yellow we'll need for the eye, but I felt like I wanted to have 2 colors in my thumbnail, so don't worry about it. I will use both. Now I need to find the end. Which side is the end on? Pull that out. I love that idea so much of putting that in there so I know what kind of yarn it is. I'm going to come up looking for yarns. Found the end. Slides back in. Helps keep its shape. And I know what yarn this is. Oh. It's going to be like that, is it? Should it maybe go the other way? Yeah, I think it's supposed to come out this side. So we're just going to do that. Yeah, I see it's unraveling from up there. So that should do it. Okay, well, that's a lot out already, so that'll be probably enough for this whole video, actually. So, let's just chat here. Talk about what's coming up next on the channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Magic ring it is. My beauty. Alright, so I have a few patterns coming up. A couple more amigurumis because the kids love them. I'm looking at a pile of possibly making upwards of 36 to 48 little eggs for them to play with, to hide. I don't know. I might just scrap that whole idea. I'm just not looking forward to it. Wow. Okay. But I do have some fun projects coming up that I should be able to get through quite quickly. I say that every time, right? But I was not expecting these patterns to be this crazy. And I've got a few more that I want to make. There's a Beetlejuice one that I want to make for myself that looks pretty intense, and the Joker from Batman, and I love that. Those ones are more for me than the kids, so I could take forever to make those. And it would be just fine. Make sure I got enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12. My husband's, you could get plankton done in like an hour. You crochet so fast. I was like, well, that's really supportive of you. Thank you for saying so. So for my son's birthday, I did the dishes. And then I slaved away to make Mommy's special meatballs. And boy, do my kids love my meatballs. Like crazy. Dad's usually the guy that takes care of meals. He makes really good things like his lasagna. I've never made lasagna, but he makes it like it's nothing. But I mean, we each have our own things. Like my Yorkshire pudding, fantastic. And ham. I make a really nice maple cured ham with Dijon mustard and maple syrup and brown sugar. Makes a beautiful glaze. Okay. 1 single crochet, 2 in the next stitch. Okay. So we got 1, get that started. But I can't stomach tomato sauces anymore or ketchup. I get really uncomfortable. I'll just say uncomfortable. I won't go into details. You don't want to know the details, but let's just say I cannot digest them properly anymore, and it's really not worth trying. As much as I love spaghetti and lasagna, I'm like the 5 pieces of lasagna kid. My mom used to have to make 2, and 1 was for me and 1 was for the rest of the family. I've always been a big eater. When I was a kid, I could eat and eat and eat and eat and never gain anything, so I burned through energy quite quickly. So now I'm older and my body doesn't want to eat as much, and it also does not want to burn through as much, which is, I guess, a trade-off. But my mind still wants to eat a ton. But yeah, I cannot handle tomato sauce or ketchups or like tomato soup. Tomato soup and grilled cheese are not for me anymore. I wish I get worse heartburn and worse symptoms than that. And it's just something I can't tolerate anymore, so I don't get to eat that stuff. So if they're having a lasagna, I'll get them to pull some meat out aside and I'll have it with like some mushroom soup on some rice or noodles or something, like, or just the veggies and the meat, and I can still handle the seasonings, the Italian seasonings, because those are so good. But, you know, watch them all eat it and smile at them while they're enjoying their food. But I made them spaghetti, because that's what it was requested. Mom spaghetti. 1 and 2. And yeah, I made a giant pot of it, and more than half of it's already gone in one night. I think my husband and my son both went back for seconds later. Oh, and my mom, she really did it up. She made a homemade carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. Wow, out of this world. That's my son's favorite cake. He loves carrot cake since he was a baby. One of the first cakes he ever was introduced to, and he has been in love with it since. He loves cream cheese. Eating cream cheese and bagel, and he was just the happiest guy. So he's got spoiled. And all his lovely amigurumis I gave him were staggered throughout the day, plus a couple other things that I'm just not going to mention because they're not crochet related. Okay, well, a book. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2 in the same stitch. Just double checking. Pre-ordered a book that he wants that won't be out till July. Got another spring jacket, brand new one. A little large for him, so it's perfect. And he got a anime character from an anime that looks almost exactly like him. And that was the joke. He loved it. He was like, "That's great, I love this." And then I think possibly in the next couple days, we're going to go do some online shopping for something from his grandma. wants to get him some storage options for his belongings in his room, which is a wonderful idea. He's really excited about it too. She just got one of those cube ones. They're like plastic cubes and they're all stand up like a big stand. I put it together for her and it was pretty interesting. I'd love one for my yarn. My shelf I put my yarn on is it's a pantry, so it's a little deeper than I'd like. I'd like it a bit less. So now we're on to 17 rows of just going around. So yeah, 17 rows using Red Heart Super Saver, which I'm pretty lucky doesn't bother me too badly. It bothers some people. I really feel for them. Like Cinnamon Stitches she talks about it a lot, and I guess it burns her skin, and I could totally see that. I mean, I don't like using Red Heart for hours on end, but I am looking at maybe getting larger lingerie bags. Those mesh bags to wash bigger skeins of yarn, and then it shouldn't be such a problem. But I know I've had the burns from using yarn before. Because as you can see, I do have the tension ring on, but I still have to go like this over my finger. If I'm making a garment, I don't have to do that. But when I'm making amigurumis, I definitely have to. Feeling like my sister's around quite a bit in the last couple days. She would have loved to have seen her nephew on his birthday. She was around for his first one and used to babysit him when he was really small, so she's got a real special spot for him in her heart, being that she used to babysit him a lot when he was really small and I was at work. So it's making me miss her quite a bit. But that is definitely to be expected, and I'm totally accepting of it and just acknowledging myself. Like, if I start feeling depressed or really down in the blues and stuff like that, I will come and I will tell you. I will say it to people. I don't hide it. I don't sit there and try to be ashamed of myself. This is how I feel. That is it. There's just how I am. Things aren't working the way I want them, or I'm just not feeling life. I'm just not satisfied. I am feeling this. A lot of people in my age group don't do that very well, and my kids do it pretty good. My middle one's the toughest one for that. She is the type to fall flat on her face and then start laughing so that you aren't noticing the tears that she's fighting to hold back. It's kind of a dangerous thing. She's a little bit stubborn, but I love her to the moon and back, and I'm teaching her that it's okay to fall down and feel sad. Hopefully someone will reach out a hand and help you back up and give you a hug. And that it's okay to ask for hugs when you need them. Always ask for hugs when you need them. I don't think enough people hug each other anymore. Well, maybe they do. And maybe some people think it's a bad thing. Oh, we're starting to get our roundness here. Sorry. It's late at night and it's quiet in my house. Nobody's screaming. The kids, last few days the two girls anyway, have been at each other's throats. And I'm just at my wit's end with them. She took my toy. I want that toy. She took it. Oh, goodness. You know, that that whole rigmarole, which is totally normal sister things and sister and brother things. It doesn't matter. It's just siblings. And the youngest is going through an intense mommy ownership phase where she's not too keen on other people hugging me and being near me, and I think my middle one is needing a little extra. And my oldest, he got in trouble for getting a hug and a kiss for his birthday. I just gave him a little kiss on his cheek because he's my bear, and my little boy, who's a big man now. I got in big trouble for that. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care how big my kids are. They're still going to get a kiss on the forehead and the cheek. If they want one on the mouth, that might be a little awkward, but you know, cheeks and foreheads for sure forever, because they are my sweethearts and I love them. And there's nothing wrong with being affectionate to your family or people you love. Because if you're not getting that human contact or companionship. You get good things in your brain when you have an 8-second hug. It's like one of the things that most people take for granted or just don't really think of. Is how that affects people. Because, I mean, we talk about things like seasonal sadness and whatnot, but just plain no human contact or positive human contact can really be really bad, especially for like little kids, older people, like just anyone that is needing something extra. Just a regular, average, everyday person, they need a little extra too. Like, even if it's like a touch on the arm, like, I'm with you, to pass on that kind of thing. Not a, ooh, hey, how you do? That's gross. Don't do that. Just a little, like, I got your back, is really helpful to some people, to most people. And then you get the people that don't like to be touched. That's okay too. Totally okay. But anyways, I seem to be babbling at this point. And I haven't done that for a while, so maybe that makes my videos more exciting. I don't know. Just felt like talking a little more today, which is a great sign. But I'm going to get to the end of this row, and I'm going to bid you adieu for the day. So, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. And I will see you again very, very soon. Bye.